Lots of questions about Ruben Amorim's reign at Manchester United after losing a 12th league game of the season at Tottenham on Sunday. I mean, they're 12 points ahead of the bottom three. Can you really see them getting dragged into a relegation battle, though?
No, I can't, because as you mentioned, 12 points is a big buffer. But you look at the fixtures coming up and you go, oh, Ipswich, and they've got Leicester in a few games, but you can't count on anything with United at the moment. That is the deeply worrying aspect of it all. I mean, Southampton the other week were the better side, really, but Ahmad Diallo, they'd have probably won that match, you know, and Southampton are rock bottom and the worst team in the Premier League. So, I mean, worrying times, that goes without saying. And they just need a few steadying results. They lose to a Spurs team that's, you know, have been all over the place, very leaky at the back, and they're full of doubts and worries. So, yeah, they've just got to try and dig in. But, you know, for Ruben Amorim now, he's boxed himself into a corner, hasn't he, with his statement about, I'm not going to change my system, that's the way I play. And I think now he will be kicking himself that he actually said that, having realised that he hasn't got the players. The players may be losing faith now with the system. And, you know, when they start wondering about the manager as well and the direction he's going, that's when things can really turn pear-shaped. So, you know, I don't think he'll go back on what he said. So that points to some more struggles in the future.
It's an interesting one, isn't it? Because a lot of times we say when managers have a system and they're rigid with it, it's often lauded and saying, well, that's the way I play and I've got a plan and I stick to it. But can it also be a weakness when you get into this kind of situation where clearly at the moment, three at the back is not working for Manchester United?
I think so, yeah. The best coaches are adaptable coaches. They go with what they've got. Rather than sticking to a set formula. Now, easy to forget, Amorim, he's relatively inexperienced. He's a young manager. And that's been shown up at the moment, I think, that inexperience. I'll go back again to my time at Arsenal when we got knocked out of the European Cup by Benfica one night and got exposed in midfield. And when we got into the Cup Winners' Cup a few years later, George Graham started playing 4-3-3. He played that three-man midfield because he thought we were a little bit light in there. And certainly United were light in midfield at Spurs at the weekend with Bruno Fernandes shuffling out to Jed Spencer. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I imagine they'll stick with him. Who knows what the hierarchy are thinking at the moment, but you would want to give him a couple of transfer windows. But then again, how much money will he have in those windows in order to right the wrongs? I mean, it's a fascinating episode going on now at Old Trafford.
You know, we can always talk about formations of Ruben Amorim, the way he's going to play, and people said he would change. Not once did I ever think Ruben Amorim would change formation. Whether he should, whether he shouldn't, he has become Manchester United manager because of the way he's played through his whole young managerial career with a back three, 4-3-3. That's it, ultimately. He's been successful, sporting, magnificent. But this is a different Manchester United team. Different players suit different formations. I don't see him ever changing, but I think there's moments that you have to adapt to. Whoever you're going to play,